So we're going to take a mindful movement break. So what does mindful movement mean? It means bringing awareness to the way our bodies move, to the way we respond to the way our bodies move. So just holding it all in the field of awareness and being curious, not judgmental of our bodies. We can be pretty hard on ourselves, especially our physical bodies. So we're going to be practicing today just being like we're Martians in our own bodies, like we just landed on Earth and we've landed in these human bodies and we're just super curious about them. Or the way babies are super curious about movement and everything around them. So let's see if we can adopt this attitude of curious, non-judgmental awareness as we move through our body. And it's also good to take little breaks and stretch and press the reset button so we can better focus on what lies ahead of us. All right, chair yoga. A little bit of chair yoga or chair movement here. So we're going to sit nice, tall, and proud in our chairs, feeling relaxed but alert. And for me, everything starts with a breath. So we're going to take a slow, light inhale through our nose, a slow, light exhale through our nose, checking in with ourselves before we go into movement. How are you doing right now? All right, so let's interlock our fingers and slowly the elevator shaft comes up. Let's flip our palms and stretch up to the ceiling. Where are you feeling that stretch? If you want to go into a little gentle back bend, you can lean into the back of your chair and a little bit of a back arch here. What are you feeling now? And then coming back up and making a steeple with your forefingers. And then crescent moon side stretch one way. Inhaling back up. Crescent moon side stretch the other way. And coming back up. Let's float our hands down. One hand is going to go to the opposite knee. The other hand is going to go to the back of the chair. We're going to inhale, sit tall and proud. On the exhale, we're going to go into a little bit of a spinal twist here. Taking a breath into the belly here, feeling the feels. And then slowly, slowly releasing, doing it on the other side. Hand to opposite knee, other hand to the back of the chair. Inhaling, reaching up through the crown of the head. Exhaling, going maybe a little deeper into your twist, not overdoing it. And how does it feel on this side? We're going to slowly, slowly release. You're going to wrap your fingers around your knee. I'm going to do a few what's called cow cats. So on the inhale, you're going to gently pull on your knees, shoulder blades come together. You are a proud cow. On the exhale, you're going to round your upper back, not your lower back, just your upper back. This is angry cat pose. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat pose. Let's do that one more time. What are you feeling in your shoulders, your upper back, chest, heart area? Exhaling, feeling the stretch between your shoulder blades. And release. We're going to place one ankle over the other knee. And this is a deep rotation to your hip. How does that feel? Do you want to turn up the volume on this stretch? You can get your elbow and just very gently lean into your thigh. If you want to turn up the volume, maybe you don't. How does that feel? Do you want to put a little more pressure? Do you need to back off? Where do you feel this? And then slowly transitioning to the other side. So with mindful movement, we always want to do the transition slowly so that our body can speak back to us and say, turn it up, turn it down, too much, too little. So now, once again, how does this hip feel? It might feel tighter, it might feel looser, but we're not going to judge any of that. We're just going to be super curious, like, why does this hip maybe feel different? If you want to turn up the volume on this, you're going to slowly lean your arm into the thigh. And the reason I say slow, because once again, I want to give my body time to put the brakes on. So at some point, your body might say, hey, that's enough. And then we respond by putting on the brakes. So we're finding that sweet spot, right? Not too much, not too little, a healthy amount of sensation, figuring out what that means for our own bodies, because we all have unique bodies. And then slowly coming up. So we start at the top, we're kind of working our way down. Let's stretch out our hamstrings. So we're going to sit a little more on the edge of our seat. Maybe I'll give you this view of it. And you don't want to hyperextend your knees. So you don't want to I'm hyperextending right now. You want just a soft little natural bend in your knees. And we're going to hinge at our hips, not at our waist like this, but truly at our hips. And our hands are going to slide down our legs. Our shoulder blades pull together. So notice I'm practicing good posture, elongation of the spine. No cat curling here. And then we're going to slowly come forward a little bit more each time. And notice how that feels to our hamstrings in the backs of our legs and also our calves. And we're flexing our feet here. I'll give you a different view again. And flexing the feet will help us to feel the stretch in the calves a little more. And then slowly coming back up. We're going to end with eagle arms, which is one of my favorite stretches for shoulders. And when I'm hunched over a computer a lot or reading, this is a great little break that I take. So what we're going to start with is just one hand to one shoulder and just kind of rocking yourself side to side. So this is one variation of eagle arms. The other one is to put the elbow right on top and bring the backs of the hands together. Now, if your elbow slipped off, which it does for some people, you're going to stay with this hug, okay? So everyone's a little different. Now, some people quite easily can bring their palms together. Everyone's shoulder joint is very different. So we're going to practice non-striving here, not attached to any one outcome, either here, here, or here. Whatever you've chosen, you're going to start to explore. You're going to move one way, the other way, come a little forward, and be super curious about what you're feeling in your body right now. So I'll go once again through the other variations. Whatever variation you chose, check it out from different angles. Where is it that you hold your tension, your tightness? Seeing if you can stretch it out. One more last hug. So you're either hugging your shoulders or hugging your joints into each other. 3, 2, 1. And then swoosh out of it. And now you have to put the other elbow on top. So whatever elbow was on top the last round, it's the opposite for this round. Let's go through the variations. Shoulder hug, backs of hands working towards each other, or the palms together. All right, I'll choose variation 2 for this side. And you're going to experiment now and be curious and move through it. You can kind of move your elbows up and down. You can do circles. You can bring your elbows down from one knee to the other. There's no right or wrong. You're just moving in different ways in your body, perhaps closing your eyes to better feel what you're feeling. How's your breath doing? Remember, we're always aiming for that. Breathe slow, breathe light, breathe low into your belly. Not over breathing. And then slowly coming up for the last squeeze. So whatever your hands are touching, you're going to squeeze your elbow joints into each other. 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to release and inhale into a swoosh up. And then as your wings come out to the side, see yourself healthy, happy, feeling hopefully a little bit of peace in this moment at least. And then slowly coming back to this moment. All right, so that was our little mindful movement break. How do you feel now compared to 5-7 minutes ago? So we're just always comparing what things land with us.